Good evening to one and all. My name is K. Sangeeta. I am a YouTuber and a dancer. I am the award winner of Pride of Nama Chennai, and I am also a public orator and a soft skill trainer. I also have Shreya with me, who is a PVI professional. She is my mentee. She is one of the budding anchors of PVI. Over to Shreya.
Namaste everyone.
Namaste, Shreya. Before we start the interview, I would like to give a small brief about the book Beyond Labels. An academic guide for special educators was co authored by parents and teachers with the guidance of PBI, making it a collective effort. Dr. Gayatri Narasimhan, when writing her first book, Invas, recognized the need for expansion. Feedback from special schools indicated that Invas was used to shape their curriculum, but it required expert textbook. Driven by this, Dr. Gayatri aimed to create a unique and pioneering resource for special education that is set to launch in the year 2025. Today, we have Mrs. Pushpa Nair, who is the co author of the book Beyond Labels for chapter Safety. Mrs. Pushpa Nair, who quit her budding bank career to bring up her daughter who lost her hearing at a very young age. With help from multiple professional sources and personal experiences, her daughter is a graduate in animation and is an independent working woman. Mrs. Nair's devotion and sincerity is quite inspiring. Namaste, Pushpa ma'am.
Namaste Pushpa ma'am.
Namaste, Shreya.
Okay. So, ma'am, the first question for the day, Shreya, over to you.
So thank you so much Sangeeta ma'am. Ma'am, so my first question for today is as we all know that safety is a broad and essential topic. So when you were working on this chapter, what were the key areas you focused on particularly for neurodivergent individuals?
Well, I would say child safety is crucial for their growth and development. And all parents worry about their children's safety. And when it comes to children with special needs, parents worry all the more because they are more prone to risks and injuries. And the key areas that I focused while working on this chapter for safety was to create sensory friendly spaces, to design environment that is less sensory, to minimize the sensory overloading, like noise reduction and lighting, and also even managing strong odors. Then, while conveying the safety instructions to these individuals, we need to use clear and simple language. And we can also make use of visual aids so that they retain the instructions. And I would say that we need to have a consistent schedule so that we can reduce their anxiety and also enhance their understanding. That in case we want to change the schedule, we need to inform them in advance. And I would say each child is unique, each family is. So we need to have a personalized safety plan for each of these individuals. And while creating this personalized safety plan, we need to involve the individual and their parent or the caregiver so that the safety skills can be taught better and understood and retained also better. Then I would say is that you need to also provide training to these individuals to understand the unsafe situations and also the safety responses. So by focusing on all these key areas, we can create an environment which is very safe for these neurodivergent individuals.
Thank you so much, ma'am. That was a truly insightful response. Now I would like to invite Miss Sangeeta ma'am to continue with the next question.
Thank you, Shreya. Neurodivergent individuals often face unique safety challenges in different environments, such as home, school, workplace, and public spaces. How does your chapter address these situations?
Yes. Depending on their condition, they face unique challenges. So I would say, like first coming to the challenges and overcome that at home. Let's begin with home. So at home, I would think we need to child-proof the homes, especially areas like the kitchen, the bathroom, the staircase, even the heavy furniture. And we should actually the electrical outlets should be covered with safety nets, and like the cleaning supplies and the medicines should be kept out of reach of the children. And as they grow up, we can teach them how to use the home appliances safely. And these days, the home appliances are not that hazardous as it used to be earlier. So we can teach them step by, we can make a step-by-step guidance for them for that also. Now coming to the schools. So at schools, what we notice is that these children, their social interaction skills are not that very good. So so that is the reason they find it very hard to make friends and also retain the friendship. So I suggest, no, what happens is like, so they are easy targets to bullying and stigmatizing. So for this, the peer support or a buddy system could be formed. And you could also educate the class about the challenges these individuals face. They also have their strengths. So their strengths and challenges, we could educate them and provide a supportive network. So that would help, this supportive network could help for them to be safer, be in a safer environment. Now coming to public places, like I think we should teach them road safety, like about the traffic signals, the pedestrian signals, where to cross the roads, and so that would help them mitigate their challenges. And coming to the workplace, the challenges that the main problems for these neurodivergent individuals, I would say, is like their sensory sensitivities, then the focus and attention, and then I would say it's the communications. So they lack in all these things, and these are the reasons why they face a lot of safety issues. So, like for instance, an autistic worker working in a noisy environment, it would create overwhelming, and that would lead to extreme physical and emotional reactions, which would lead to accidents and injuries. So I would say that the noise cancelling headphones come into help. Then we should have a quieter environment. They should work in quiet zones, then control lighting, and they should be given frequent breaks, like should be given flexible working hours. And like in this, the dyslexia individuals, they are slower, and to complete a task on reading and writing, they take longer. So the challenges are different. So we should educate the staff about their strengths and their weaknesses, so we can form a supportive network. And what happens is, with this supportive network, they can work better and safer, and also they get the entire organization benefits them. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mom. It was very informative. So the next question, I move on to Shreya.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for the detailed explanation. So, ma'am, my next question is that many caregivers struggle with teaching personal safety in a way that is both clear and empowering. So, what strategies or techniques do you suggest to make safety lessons more effective for neurodivergent individuals?
Well, I would say that the strategies that I would suggest is again the creating sensory friendly spaces. That is to minimize the sensory overloading, like by using controlled lighting and noise reduction, and then make use of visual aids, because the visual schedules, they provide structure and routine, and also the time management is better. Then we have to use clear and simple language for safety instructions. And then I would say an experiential learning, that is engaging these individuals in real life scenarios. That would better their safety skills, and also the retention would be there. Then collaborate with the parents or the or the caregivers in teaching these safety lessons. So that would also help retain the safety lessons. And then is active learning, that is combine these instructions, the modeling, the rehearsal, and the to teach the safety responses. Then you can make use of also the technology. So all these, combined with all these things, you can create a better and safer environment for these neurodivergent individuals to promote their well-being and independence also.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing such valuable insights. I would now like to invite Sangeeta ma'am to proceed with the next question.
Thank you, Shreya. Technology is playing a growing role in personal safety, tracking devices, emergency apps, etc. Do you discuss any specific tools or innovations that can help neurodivergent individuals stay safe?
Yes, I would agree that technology is playing a very important role in this personal safety. Like there are a lot of aids and apps that come in. There is a wearable GPS tracker, which you can wear as a bracelet. And they have the panic buttons for emergencies. Then they also have a geofencing alert where crosses the designated areas. And there are Google apps, the navigation aids, real-time communication assistance, and the ambient sound app for calming down, the noise cancelling headphones. Then we have Google Maps, and there is a Be My User app, Be My Eyes app, I'm sorry. Be My Eyes app, where the user can directly connect with the volunteers for real-time assistance. And then we have our Sugamya Bharat app. This was launched by the Ministry of Justice, Social Justice and Empowerment. It was launched in the year 2015. And this was to provide ease of accessibility to the differently able in buildings and transport systems. And the Sugamya Bharat Abhiyan was actually initiated by our Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji. And this was to foster accessibility and inclusivity for the differently abled, and so that they could also live a life of dignity, equality, and opportunity. The Namma Yatri app, which in collaboration with the Enable India Foundation, they have an app which makes auto rickshaw rides accessible to the differently able. So when the user is updating their profile as differently able, there's a purple prompt. So when you click on that, you can mention the nature of your disability. And then, so accordingly, the auto rickshaw driver provides assistance to the differently able. Currently, they are providing assistance only for 3 disabilities, that is the visual impaired, the hearing impaired, and the locomotor disability. So these are the various apps and tools. Technology is certainly helping personal safety.
Oh, wonderful, ma'am. Got to learn something new. Thank you so much. Yeah. Next question, over to Shreya.
Thank you, Sangeeta ma'am. So, ma'am, my next question is What was the most eye-opening realization you had while working on this chapter?
Well, I would say the biggest realization that I had was that safety is not just about providing infrastructure, but it's to understand the needs of the neurodivergent and designing environment and technology accordingly. For instance, the regular traffic signals or the safety signs or warning sounds is not so effective when it comes to cognitive person with cognitive challenges. Likewise, for some, visual aids are more effective, and for some, it's going to be the auditory cues. And in case of autistic individuals, the bright lights, the honking sounds of the car, and the crowded sidewalks, that creates total disorientation, like a total shutdown, and so that thereby increasing the risk. So here comes the noise cancelling headphones, which could help mitigate this. And they also have the navigation aids, like the step-by-step voice guidance for the navigation. And for some individuals, just talking to a stranger or asking them for directions could increase their anxiety. So for these individuals, it's going to be the Google Maps or the Be My Eyes app, where I mentioned that the user can directly connect with the volunteers for real-time assistance. So what I would say is, like, when it comes to safety, a one-size-that-fits-all approach does not work. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. That was really a very thoughtful response. So now I would like to invite Miss Sangeeta, ma'am, to take over the next question.
Thank you, Shreya. Ma'am, one last question for the day. If there is one safety tip that every parent or educator should prioritize, what would it be?
Well, I would say the home should be childproof, and in areas like the kitchen, bathroom, the stairs, the electrical outlets needs to be sealed. The cleaning supplies, the medicine should be kept out of reach of the children. So this can ensure that the children are safe from potential dangers. And I would also emphasize that it is the responsibility of the adults, say the parents or the siblings or the caregivers, teachers, or even the employers. It is their responsibility to learn about and promote safety in all its manifestations.
Wonderful, ma'am. It was amazing having you on this interview. Thank you so much for sharing
Thank you
all
for
your
having me.
valuable insights to us.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing such valuable insights. Thank you. Thanks a lot. We got to learn so much from you, ma'am.
Thanks, Shreya, Sangeeta.